It was a bad day for Shaneen Allen and for justice here in New Jersey. Shaneen Allen was arrested and charged with illegally carrying a firearm in New Jersey, even though she legally owned that gun and had a concealed carry permit for it in Philadelphia. Here at the courthouse in Mays Landing, a Superior Court judge denied both of the motions made by Shaneen's attorney, Evan Knappen.
I cannot agree with the defense interpretation of the statute.
One was to have her case dismissed because of a firearm amnesty that was in effect when Shaneen was arrested. The other was to have her enrolled in a PTI, pretrial intervention program. Shaneen will now stand trial October 6th for what she has made clear from the very start was an honest mistake. Take a look.
New Jersey is basically a freedom hell if you believe in personal freedoms.
Is New Jersey that superior to the rest of the United States that their license is so sacred and sacrosanct that they cannot recognize a single other license based on a Second Amendment constitutional right issued by any other state?
They don't care that I'm a single mom. I'm a medical assistant and I also do home care. I initially went to go buy a firearm because I was robbed twice last year. It was just something I had to do to help protect me and my kids. I'm not a criminal.
It's just because New Jersey's law is insane?
And I respect the law. I'm taking responsibility of my mistake, but that's exactly what it was, an honest mistake.
It could have happened to anyone. It could have happened to you. It could have happened to me, any law-abiding citizen.
I still can't believe it. And I have to worry about spending 3 years in state prison without my kids. Where's justice in that?
She's come underneath a very draconian law. Welcome to New Jersey.
It was early in the morning, and Shaneen Allen was driving here on the Atlantic City Expressway, headed to a surprise birthday party for her 3-year-old son, when she looked in the rear-view mirror and saw flashing lights from a state trooper's car. So she pulled over.
The first officer told me that, he's pulling me over for failure to maintain my lane. Then he asked me for my credentials, like my license and registration and insurance. As I went to reach into my purse, I gladly let him know that I was licensed to carry and I had my firearm on me, because that's what you're supposed to do. And I even gave them a receipt, to show them that I only had my firearm a week.
No good deed ever goes unpunished. She did the right thing. She obeyed what she thought the law was without realizing that New Jersey doesn't respect freedom.
Over there is totally different. They try to use it against you.
First thing that was going through my mind was I didn't want him to pull out on me and shoot me, to think I was a threat to him.
And it could have been a lot worse. No officer wants to shoot somebody, right? They don't want that.
At that time, he called for backup and asked for me and my kid's father to step out the vehicle. Took me to the back of the vehicle, he cuffed me, and I asked him why was he cuffing me, and he just told me to be quiet. They took us back to the station, put me into a cell, cuffed me, shackled me to a bench. They was trying to see how to open my firearm. I had 3 locks on it, 3 safeties, and I was trying to let him know that the key was on my wrist at the time.
He arrested me as well, and he told us that was procedure. He had put me in a holding cell for about 6 hours. It felt like I was being treated like a criminal.
Did the officers ever tell you the reason they were arresting you? Because you couldn't carry a firearm in New Jersey, even though you have a carry license in Pennsylvania. Did they tell you that?
No, actually, initially they didn't tell me that. They just told me that I couldn't have possibly knew about the law because I wouldn't have said anything. I wouldn't have been so gracious to just give it up. And, we probably could have let you go and would have just gave you a violation if you didn't say anything. I spent 46 days in jail. That's when I found out that my PA license is not good in Jersey.
New Jersey hates guns, and when it comes to guns, all rationality goes out the window.
The judge told me that me telling the truth doesn't matter in this case. It got me in trouble. And I didn't understand that. How can that be? It was more right than telling the truth.
Yet here, the exact opposite message is being sent. Here it says more than ever, don't tell the police, keep your mouth shut, don't say anything, or you're gonna end up doing hard time in state prison. What I call folks like Shaneen are law-abiding criminals because the law has turned her into a criminal, even though she's a law-abiding citizen.
Why is this woman being harassed? Assemblyman Greenwald, he was the one that proposed that ridiculous magazine ban. She's clearly not a criminal, clearly a danger to no one. At worst, she violated a paper statute. So what?
I can't say why she was denied PTI. It's a great program for first offenders.
PTI is pretrial intervention, in which you do a period of probation and the charges get dismissed. You don't have a criminal record. You don't go to jail. Shaneen applied to that program, got approved by the program director, yet denied by the same prosecutor who put Ray Rice into the program. NFL player Ray Rice. allegedly there on video beating his significant other to unconsciousness. He gets indicted for aggravated assault, a felony in New Jersey, and yet he gets PTI. What kind of discretion is being exercised there?
Well, he didn't have a gun.
Criminals out here every day, and they're cutting deals to people that are molesting kids and that are shooting people, and they're free. Where is the second chance for me?
What's the line? Hoplophobia, the word that they coined, an irrational fear of firearms. In our state, you can beat the stuffing out of somebody, but if you don't use a gun, you got a better chance of getting in. They're very reluctant to do anything with PTI that has to do with firearms.
Well, when I was prosecutor, I sent out a memo essentially explaining that I had a less strict attitude towards people coming to Atlantic City inadvertently carrying because they have permits to carry, because Atlantic City is a draw. Now, again, I had a different philosophy apparently than the current prosecutor, but I can't ascribe to him my philosophy about guns.
You want to talk about common sense? PTI program is set up for exactly a Shaneen Allen, for someone who makes an honest mistake, who has a victimless crime charge. It is the reason for this program.
I think that they're trying to win a case, another conviction with me. That's all it really is.
They trying to make an example out of her for just having a gun.
I have 5 other cases from this county of law-abiding citizens with carry licenses. It's a minimum 3 years, up to 10. Look, this has got to stop.
The solution to the problem isn't giving people like her PTI. The solution is not arresting her in the first place.
It's been a nightmare. She's got fired from her job, even though you're supposed to be innocent till proven guilty. Our rights have been lost incrementally. We need to gain them back. This is why national carry reciprocity is a solution.
Now, normally, again, I'm not a big fan of federal intrusion in state affairs, but New Jersey is hopeless unless a substantial number of my colleagues are mugged by a sudden bout of common sense. I think the only way that we're ever going to see reasonable protection of basic freedoms is for the feds to step in.
Shaneen is the best example I know of why we need national reciprocity. We can't afford to have more people like Shaneen Allen being ruined and, of course, becoming a felon.
Our constitutional rights ought to be uniform across state lines.
And my goal is for her not to have a felony record where she can no longer be a gun owner. She's suffered enough.
I'm praying that this all goes away and then we can go back to our normal life. It was an honest mistake.
It's not just for me. This is all I had. This is all I have, these boys right here. And I hope this helps everybody that does have their license to carry and is trying to protect their family or just trying to live day to day.
She does not belong in state's prison, and she should not be made a felon and have her life destroyed. So that's what we're fighting for. New Jersey's gun laws are out of control.